Hold up. If you wanna go and take a ride with me, better hit me, baby, one more time.
More variety than you can imagine. Relax Radio.
Welcome back to Relax Radio, Relaks. That's right, you know where we're trying to relax and we are trying to keep you guys up to date with what is going on right now in the UK. There's a lot happening. I hope you guys are having an amazing Monday evening right here at Relax Radio. And this is Real Talk with me, Nick, keeping you company all the way until 6. So if you have a dedication or shout out or you want to talk about something, well, hit me up and let me know. The numbers are 07852 473 473. That's right. Those are the magical numbers. You can always call us up and let us know what you want to talk about. There is a lot of things going on right now. And with that regards, we have been discussing about a lot of, significant issues that is pressing the UK. And with that regards, one of this is how there are actually, are we in danger? So is the UK now a breeding ground for the new variants? Yeah, you guys are wondering, what is this whole new variants about? Another variant? Is there another one? I hear DJ Khaled in the background screaming another one. No, it's not another variant, but the UK is being, right now the ministers have been monitoring this. So the question is, the question remains, are we in danger? Are we in the danger zone? Are we in the twilight zone for creating new variants because of all this restriction easing up in the UK? Well, and does it even matter? That's what we want to know. Does this even matter? Well, scientists have warned that the UK has created the perfect opportunity, the perfect condition, living conditions because of this whole relaxing of the restrictions, which could see cases rising up to at least 100,000. Yeah, that's a lot of numbers. That's a lot of people getting infected all at once. And, we've got to be concerned because look, we have to understand that it's just not about the, getting back to normal. It's just not about that. It's also about the way we are getting back to normal, the way the route that we are taking to get back to normalcy. And the question remains, though, is this the right decision that the government has made? Is this the right thing? I'd like to think it was, but then looking at all of these things right now, there has been cases because many of the people have not been getting both doses of the vaccine. So now that's very problematic. You see, that what happens is the virus is adapting. It is, conforming to this, and it's learning. Like just like how we take data, and we take a lot of these data. We take cases in, we take a lot of data. And we research, and then we find a way to find a cure to fight the virus. Well, the same thing can be said to the virus. Well, the virus is also, if you don't take a full protection, you don't take double doses, what's going to happen? Well, what's going to happen is the virus is going to be adapting. It's going to learn. It's going to get data on this, and it will develop into something more fearsome. That's something that we something more monstrous, and something, that our vaccines that we have right now, well, it won't be as effective. So far, the problematic variants have been those that spread significantly faster. And in that regards, the Delta variant right now, which was first identified in India, may spread twice as fast as the original form found in China. So yeah, the variant that we see now, well, it's better than, I don't want to say it's better, but it's more fearsome. It's more faster. It spreads even quicker than the one that we found initially in China. So speed isn't just the only useful trait that this coronavirus right now has acquired. It's not the only thing. It's not like, okay, it's like, you try something out and then you learn and you get better at it. It's the same thing with the virus. It learns, it's learning, it's looking into all of these things, and it's becoming even worse. So as more and more people are becoming immune through vaccination or through catching the virus, whichever way is preferable. I like to say through vaccination, but it depends how you get the virus and how you develop immunity. Well, the more beneficial it is for the virus to evolve. It's going to change. It's going to change its way, and it's going to find different ways to dodge or evade that immunity. And this is going to be known. This term is actually known as immune escape. So looking into all of this, Professor Aris Katsurakis, who studies viral evolution at the University of Oxford, he quotes, "We are probably at the evolutionary high point at the worst combination for an escape to happen in the UK. And the UK is in a prone position. And whether it will happen, we don't know, but it's more likely to happen now, here, more than ever before." So the question is, why here? Why now? Why us? Well, That is really a good question. Why here? Why now? Why us? I mean, these are very interesting questions that a lot of people have been, it's confounding when you think about it. Why now of all times? When we're getting back to normal, when isn't it supposed to be a good thing? More and more people are getting vaccinated. Isn't that a great thing? Isn't that helping us push forward to normalcy, getting back into normalcy? Well, I got a news flash for you. Apparently it's not. Apparently, because we're doing it we're not doing the right thing. We're doing it. I get the intention, but are we doing it in the right way is the question, and which unfortunately we are not. Yeah, so, if you guys want to find out more why we're not doing this well, check us out. Keep it locked right here on Relax Radio. We're going to be taking a real quick break. But hey, if you want to be part of the show, it is pretty simple. Hit me up on those numbers, 07852-473-473. That's right. Those are the magical numbers. You can feel free to call us up. And also don't forget to check us out on our social media platforms. That's right. You can follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, and on TikTok, and like us on Facebook, and subscribe and follow us on YouTube as well. We got a bunch of great stuff happening right there. But with that being said, we're going to be taking a real quick break and taking a look at your time right now. It is 5:55. Good evening.
Again. But now, if you say to a child, if I went up to a child and said, you've had one to forget, God, there'd be an inquest. Me, why did you reject my son? Well, I haven't rejected your son.
I want to talk about, how the generation gap, how much has changed, especially when you check the youth nowadays in comparison, to people back in the day.
I'd say when I was younger, it was more disciplined. Not now.
In comparison to now.
Not at all. Not now. The way things are nowadays, the younger generation, you seem that they can't accept the word no. If that makes sense. They can't
accept rejection, essentially, is all you're trying to say.
Yeah, they can't accept the word no. So if you, how did I do? Or you didn't do very well, and they get upset, And when I was a youngster, my father used to say to me, because I used to be sport mad when I was very young. Well, I still am sport mad, but like participating in different sports. And if I had a bad game, for example, my dad say to me, you had one to forget. That's it.
Your dad sounds like a smart guy. That's the real fact of the matter, yeah.
He said to me, you had one to forget. Get over it. And that was it. So I dust myself down and do it again. But now, if you say to a child, if I went up to a child and said, you've had one to forget, God, there'd be an inquest. An inquest. Me. Why did you reject my son? Well, I haven't rejected your son. Or daughter. I've just told them that they need to buck their ideas up.
That's the truth right there. If you think about it, if you check the generations, like right now in the US as well, I've seen a lot of these things as well. In the UK, you get medals for participation. But what's the point? What are you trying to? Yeah, what's the point? Either you win or you lose. People are so afraid to put that whole notion of losing. When it comes to right now, the generation gap is just crazy. How much a lot has changed. Social media has taken control of our lives, and we don't even realize it anymore. We're crippled because of it.
That's absolutely right, Nick. Because, as you said, nowadays it seems that you get rewarded for failure. For the life of me, Nick, I can't get my head around that. Perhaps I'm just getting old and morbid, I don't know. I just can't get my head around how you could be rewarded for failure.
Hold up, if you wanna go and take a ride with me, baby, one more time.
More variety than you can imagine. Relax Radio.
Welcome back to Relax Radio with me, Nick, keeping you guys company on the final stretch of the show. That's right, where we're talking about all things that is going on right now in the UK. There's a lot of things going on, and this is a real talk. And hey, if you want to be part of the show, like I said, you can always call us up, hit me up. You know the numbers. It is 07852 473 473. Those are the numbers. And getting back to it, diving into the thing that is going on right now in the UK, we were discussing about how the variants are, becoming out of hand, how the UK is becoming a breeding ground for these viruses. And you might be wondering, what is Nick talking about? And why is the UK, of all places, the breeding ground? Why is it that we, the people of the UK, are suffering this? Well, we are more prone to this because one of two things. There are two things you actually need to think about. And this is number one, is how much opportunity the virus has to mutate and how big an advantage it would get by dodging the immune system. Well, those are the two things that you will have to remember, because right now the UK, this is what we fall into. We fall into this category where how much of the virus has to mutate. Right now, it's mutating a lot. Okay, this virus, when you look at it, the opportunity of the virus to mutate is pretty big, because when people don't get the complete vaccination, if they get only one dose, well, what's going to happen? Well, the virus is not going to be completely defeated. That's right. The virus is going to be out there. It's going to be fighting back. And look, if you've gotten both doses of the vaccine, I understand. It's cool. You're fully protected. You don't have to worry whatsoever about getting infected. But if you just have one dose of the vaccine, well, what you're doing, what I'd like to say is you are giving the virus a way to fight back. Why are you doing that? You are giving it a virus because you're not completely protected. It is learning. I mean, look at it. Think about it like an AI. You know how an AI learns things. And yes, you might think about how this virus it's all about genetics. It's a fluke. It's a typo in the genetic code. I mean, I don't want to get into semantics around this, but what I'm trying to tell you is, yes, mutation is something that will happen, and it mutates. So what it does is, this virus, it's going to be advantageous depending on how much immunity people have right now. So 70%, you have to look at it from this way. 70% of our population, okay, is vaccinated. But then there's the remaining who've not. And then there's the others who've gotten only one dose. So that is a big problem right there. These vaccines are, because what's going to happen is another variant will form and will develop because of this. So this right now, this doesn't mean that the UK, there will be a new variant rising in the UK in the coming weeks. It's just that evolutionary pressures is what will happen. What's going to happen is there's going to be a lot of evolutionary pressures to the virus. It will develop because of this. You're giving it leeway. And if because of that, what's going to happen is this particular virus will become more immune, more stronger. I mean, like I said, speaking about things earlier, the variant that we found in China, that was first found in China, is in comparison right now, the Delta variant that we have spreads even faster. So that shows, the virus developed in such a way. It's learned, it's developed in such a way that it spreads even more faster. And it's finding out these leeways. It's looking into these leeways even more. So these variants are becoming better at escaping immunity, and they've already been emerging. So right now, they don't completely nullify the effects of the vaccine. In case you guys are wondering, it doesn't really completely cancel out the effects of the vaccine, but rather it is taking it off bit by bit. So, yeah, I mean, it takes time. It's going to take time. Obviously, it's going to take a couple of more months, maybe a year, a couple of more years. But then eventually this virus will develop to the point where it will be immune to the vaccine. Yes, I mean, the irony is very hard to miss by. If you're really looking into it, the virus getting immune to vaccine. I mean, it's ironic is what I'd like to say. It's very ironic how the virus can develop to that point where it will become immune to the vaccine. So this is what a lot of people have been worrying about. So this is already seen with the Delta variant. Right now, it's not completely immune, but it is to that point where it is chipping away at the protection that we have right now. And looking at all these things, it's slightly better also at reinfecting people and as well as evading vaccine protection. This is particularly with people who have just gotten only one dose of the vaccine. So if you've gotten only one dose, well, I think it's time to reconsider and make sure you get your second dose. And if you want to party that hard, well, make sure you stay at home until you get your second dose and try not to go about and, fraternize with people is what I'd like to say. And looking at all these things, also, laboratory studies suggest that the beta variant, which was first emerged in South Africa, has the greatest ability to evade the immune system so far. However, the vaccines are holding up in the real world, with studies suggesting that they're providing at least greater than 90% protection from needing hospital treatment. So with all these things, right now, the virus doesn't need to be perfect at everything. There will be, it will evolve, but this evolution of these viruses will also have a trade-off. we'll have to sacrifice something in the end. But with that regard, just because the virus right now, you have 2 doses, doesn't mean you're supposed to go out and crazy and go party. Make sure you guys stay safe. Make sure you do what you be smart about this thing. And right now, also the government is actually stepping up their game, and they are monitoring any probability of another variant surfacing. So with that being said, hopefully the government does its job with this regards. And with that, my name is Nick, and it's about that time where I bid you guys farewell. But don't worry, I'll be leaving you guys in the safe hands of my buddy Kyle, who'll be keeping you company on the vibe. Hey, Kyle, you want to get over here? You want to show your face a little bit to the listeners? Yeah, we got my buddy Kyle. Make sure you guys keep it locked with him on the vibe as he keep you guys entertained. And with that, my name is Nick, and I'm out of here. Peace and much love.